Hey, how y'all doing? Real quick, small talk. Y'all know the routine. God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, wherever y'all want to go, that's where we going with it. And so, I'm going to read Ecclesiastes chapter 5. I did read chapter 5 last time, but I didn't read the beginning of chapter 5. So, I'm going to read the beginning of chapter 5 this time. And then to give you some insight into the rest of chapter 5, because I read that again today. Ecclesiastes 5, y'all. Ecclesiastes 5. Okay. So, just saying, hey, how y'all doing? I told you. I said my dream when my dad was talking about cold orange, and cold orange got a lot of meanings that put it in that category. Like, it's not just bad air quality. Like, if you look at the definition that I posted dealing with cold orange, it deals with a lot of stuff. And I think even in that cold orange, it deals with like the side effects of wildfires and stuff and drought. And I was like, it was a shortage. Or I said water shortage. I said cold orange. So when I was speaking on what I had seen in translation, what God was telling me cold orange in His vision, you're gonna see more dealing with this. Like, you're gonna see a lot of, cause we just going into spring. We are not even in summer yet. So if you got any kind of respiratory problems, if your kids got any kind of respiratory problems, the air quality is probably gonna be extremely bad. So you probably gonna need to get some masks for you, your loved ones, or just try to avoid being out in public altogether. But the air quality is going to be very bad in the future. Like, you're going to see it's going to be very bad. Yeah. So I'm just putting in the air. Maybe you need to get a mask for you and your family, just because of this air quality is just going to be so bad. And yeah. So I seen cold orange, and it's gonna be an increase and you're gonna see more of cold orange in this process. Okay, y'all. So, yeah, because that's why I say it in the spiritual. So if I see it in the spiritual and it got to manifest itself into this realm over here, and I'm seeing it in that realm over there, yeah, it's just going to be like, you're just going to see more of it. Like, my first mind, which is God, is just like, you're going to see more cold orange. Like, you're going to see, this is just the beginning. So, and if you look at what trigger a cold orange, you see a lot of stuff, including terror threats. You're going to see a lot of stuff that triggers the cold orange. So, y'all, so I'm just smile talking. I'm just smile talking. So, yeah, let me see because I've been tired. I said a lot of stuff last night. And, I told you when I posted, I said, with much knowledge and wisdom come grief and sorrow. So, it was just like, God is just telling me, because God gonna prepare His people. And if you're not right, and you're not living right, get around somebody that got favor with God on them. Get around somebody that's righteous out here in this process. Cause it's a certain covering that'll be over you too. Remember Rahab, what I told y'all about. Remember the prostitute Rahab and how she helped the Israel spies, and in that form of her helping the Israel spies, it was a form of protection on her too in this process. So I mean, like, just get around somebody till you figure it out. Cause at the end of the day, God wants everybody's soul. God wants everybody's soul. Through free will, God know He's not going to get everybody's soul. So God, if it was up to God, everybody be with Him. But it ain't up to God, because God gave us free will, so you got to choose Him. Not only do you got to choose good and bad, you also got to choose God in this process. You got to choose God. So, till you figure it out, get around some people that's righteous. Get around some righteous people out here, y'all. That's the cheat code. Till you figure it out, get around some righteous people. Get around some people that's in tune with God out here. You're going to be okay. This is the cheat code. This is what God is telling me to tell y'all. The cheat code. Get around somebody. So, y'all, I had some dream last night. Yeah, God was just kind of like, because He going to let me know. So last night, it's just like He was just telling me that it's finna get real hard out here, like harder than it's ever been. That's what we finna go into in this process. And I'm just like, woo, it finna get kind of rough out here, y'all. If you thought it was rough before, Cause we just not, like, everything is at that boiling point. Like, we ain't spilled over yet. Like, all of what's going on has not exploded. We just trying to contain it. And we at the point where it can't be contained, what this is. And so, yeah, it was just a lot of stuff I seen going on. Like, I ain't forgetting detail till God come back to me and give me what he want me to say to the peoples out here. But what he was showing me, it just like, woo, it just gonna be a lot going on out here, y'all. A lot. Okay, so today I laid down, 'cause I've been sleeping all day. Like, it's nothing that could have got me up. Like, it just like this spirit, like, it just like something just had me just drained out. Like, I was just like, ain't no way. All I do is sleep. How am I still tired out here? Okay, y'all. So today when I laid down, he showed me like some other stuff going on with little stuff here and there. I ain't gonna really speak too much on that. But also in this process, I had this dream, and in the dream, I was like, I had like this drop top. So I had this drop top type of car. And so with me having this drop top type of car, you know how the windows be up? But it seemed like the windows was up, and it, like, the windows could even been bulletproof or something. So it like I was in this drop top type car, or I had a drop top type car. I could have been in it, and then I just had it parked. But I had my car in the backyard somewhere. So I had this drop top type car in the backyard, and I happened to be looking at the windows, and I was just like, you know, just like looking like, as a form of camouflage, can't nobody really see me in this car, because the way the windows was made, and with the windows being up, and I was just looking at the windows like, you know, like the windows was kind of concealing me from being in this vehicle or whatever. So I'm just looking, and I'm just zoomed in on the windows of this vehicle, because the windows is up even though the car is parked in the yard, and the car is in the backyard. So then out of nowhere, this man, he's driving through our backyard. You know, on the spirit, anything possible, y'all. So while my car is parked in the back, while my car be in the back, this man is coming through our yard, and he's coming through the backyard, you know, where my car is. And so while he come through the back where this car is, it seemed like he was a lunatic. It seemed like he really lost his mind, because in the dream he would make all these threats, and he had this axe in his hand, like this big, huge axe. It ain't look like one of them axe with the handles. This man had like this huge axe, and he was just making all these threats. Like, it seemed like he was, like, his mind, like he was just gone in the mind out here. And so my dog was barking at him and stuff like that. So even with him having this weapon, I never really was scared of him having the weapon. I was like, what is you talking about? Like, you know, it just seemed like he was making all these threats. So I don't know who or what he was trying to harm in this process. Like, I have no clue. Because it seemed like me and him were kind of going back and forth, but I noticed he had a weapon in his hand, and he happened to have this huge axe in his hand. And it just seemed like he was just out his mind, like he was just like possessed or something. You know, people, you know, and this just me, my opinion. Allegedly, this is my opinion with the situation, because I deal with things on the spiritual level. It's spiritual. Everybody try to make it physical, but everything starts in the spirit first. And so even when you deal with people and something consumes them at a certain point, it's spiritual. So this person who is, it's obvious this person is possessed. Like when I read Matthew, and I was talking about that man, and he was just, and they had him outside. Remember that video I did? I talked about that man who was like naked outside the village somewhere, like, and they just had him roaming around, because he could not be in the city nowhere in the Bible. And so they put him outside the city, and he was cool. They let him roam, do whatever he wanted to do out there. He was kind of animalistic in nature, if that makes sense. So I think when you get to the point of a reprobate mind, you become animalistic in nature. And this man was clearly animalistic in nature. He had, might wasn't nothing you could say to this dude. Like, this dude, like, it's nothing you can say to him. You know how sometimes you try to reason, you cannot reason with a demon. You cannot make no logic out of a demon. Like, it's no way for you to sit there and have a whole conversation with a demon. Even if a person is possessed with a demon, you're wasting your time trying to make logic out of something that's not logical at all in this process. We are logic. demons, when you deal with darkness, when you deal with this void that can never be filled, when you deal with this black hole, which is what demons represent, it's no logic in this. It's no making no sense out of, like, in your mind. You can't even try to don't even try to figure it out. Do not try to figure it out when you in the presence of this type of spirit. Do not try to waste your time trying to make sense out of it. Because by the time you make sense, you will be gone. It will boom. It will unalive you in this process, and you still trying to figure it out. But why? And you gone. It's no reason. It all boils down to the hate for Jesus. The hate for Jesus and God in this process. The hate for them. That's why. So a lot of stuff go on. It's not going to make no kind of sense whatsoever. And I'm finna read Ecclesiastes 5. And God take me back to that Matthew, when that man was roaming around the city naked. And then they got mad at Jesus because Jesus brought that man. He delivered the man, and he made the people mad at that point. You know, he was cool long he could roam around butt naked and animal and terrorize everybody. But soon he in his right mind, the people said, that ain't what we want. And they ran Jesus out that city behind it, that healing that took place. Okay. So that's where my mind is going. Like, my mind is drifting into that right there while I'm talking about this, because I just had this dream. And so this man, he's animalistic in form. He got a reprobate mind. He not there. He is fully possessed, 1,000,000% possessed in this process. And I'm trying to, like, I'm trying to hurry up, catch on what's going on, but this man, there's no way you can catch on to what's going on with this. Like, you going to have to go and fight a flight. When you dealing with this right here, this type of spirit, it's no, once you see that a person that you with is out of character, do not sit there and try to figure it out. Just like that man who killed all them kids and then killed his girlfriend, then killed his wife. Do not try to make no sense out of nothing like that. Do not try to sit there and try to, let's talk it out. It's nothing you can do to talk to this type of spirit, like, whatsoever. Like, it's like, it reminds me of when they say something about the deaf spirit, like the spirit, like the deaf spirit, so to speak. Like, it's nothing, they can't hear you. It's nothing you can say to this. And so in the dream, it's nothing I can do or say dealing with this right here. This dude is just operating based on what the spirit that has possessed him, got him doing in this process. And so he seen the lunge at my dog in the process with the axe. So at a certain point, he, cause it was kind of confusing. Cause like I said, I had my car, and it was like this drop top type car, and I was getting something out the car when I seen the man in my backyard. And in the process of me seeing this man in my backyard, I noticed that he had an axe in his hand, and he was just like ballistic, like he was just like all over the place. And so in the process, he lunged at my dog, like he trying to attack my dog, but my dog was never attacked, even though he did lunge at my dog. So he did have an axe in his hand and went for my dog, who was barking at the time. But my dog had no scars, no marks on him. And in the dream, I was just I was like, well, shoot, my dog ain't even get hurt in this process. But clearly, it should have gotten hurt with the type of weapon that this man had in his hand. It was like some kind of axe. And he was just ready to just chop anything up. Chop any and everything up in this process. So, yeah, I'm going to finish this. I'm coming right back to this. So, yeah, I had that dream. And, like I said, it was this man, and he was just random. Like, it was just like a random act, so to speak. And he had this huge axe in his hand in the dream, and he just was like, he was possessed. When you got somebody and they possessed, you cannot talk no sense to these people. Do not use your connection of being familiar with a person. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin. When they get to the point where Satan or the enemy got their mind, that is not that person. That is not that person. And in the dream, it was nothing I could say to that person. It was just like, it didn't make no sense. So that's one way. That's a sign you knew that this was like demonic. Cause it's no logic with demons. So I know this. So I'm like trying to figure out why this man in that yard, like what going on, and this dude looking like he just like ready to attack with this axe in his hand. And like I said, he lunged at my dog, and even with him having a weapon in his hand, and he lunging at my dog, and my dog looked like she probably was in the trees or in some bushes. I jumped in too. I ain't got no fear. Even with him having this huge axe, it looked like it was like an old axe too. I ain't have no fear. I'm just trying to figure out why the man in my backyard for. And so that's what was going on with that. Like I said, I'm waiting on God to give me revelation dealing with this right here. But if you around somebody and they seem to be like out of themselves, mentally out of themselves, get away from them people. They are very dangerous. Get away from them people. They are very dangerous. What is you standing around for, trying to make some logic, trying to talk to these people for, and they ain't even in their mind right now. Their minds is gone. It has been hijacked. So what is you doing? You get away and you call 911. You get some help to you as quick as possible. When you dealing with some of these people out here. Yeah. Satan is hijacking the people's minds out here. And that man, clearly his mind was hijacked. Because I'm like, I ain't even know this man. Like, why is you in our yard with an axe in your hand? Like, yeah. So, that's what I'm getting out that dream right there. Like, when you out and these people, like us, you trying to make sense because you got your mind. Some people, they got reprobate minds out here. It's gone. It's nothing there. And you trying to, but come on, but why are you doing this? When you need to be calling 911. That's what you really need to be doing. But you so stuck on, but what? Stop, will you just stop? Like, you cannot make no logic. You cannot hold conversation with them. You cannot make no logic out of what they doing. What they doing is not gonna make sense to you because you in the flesh. You hear me? You got your mind. They don't have their mind. And they level of darkness, you can never, like, you can't contain that level of darkness. Once you are consumed with that, once you are fully consumed with that, it's illogical at that point. They level of darkness, you can't get on that level. So I'm getting that out of it. Okay, y'all. And so in the dream, so once I wake up from the dream, they took all my little energy. I saw the numbers on my screen, 14141. So it was actually 1 hour, 41 minutes and 41 seconds. So all I kept seeing flash across my screen because my kids set the timer on my TV, and these big huge numbers pop up on my screen now. And so when I woke up, I saw 14141. That's what I kept seeing. So I'm finna look into this 14141 to see what these numbers even mean. But that's why I seen 14141 when I woke up. Exactly. That's what they were flashing across the screen after I had this dream. So I'm finna look these numbers up and do some research, y'all. I get back with y'all because y'all know how God do. God give me bits and pieces. He not going to give me everything all at once. I might do 10 videos connect to each other because that's how God come to me. And so I let God do what he do in this process. And so, y'all, I'm finna let y'all go. I'm just posting the dream because I just seen this today. The air quality is going to be very bad. If you have respiratory problems, if your kids have respiratory problems, the heat is going to impact their respiratory system. Like, if they ain't got to be out in the heat, trying to avoid it by all costs. If they do got to be out because of the poor air quality, then they may have to wear a mask to protect themselves from this bad air that's out. Like, it's bad. And then, like, here in Memphis, you even got these, data centers that, our leaders have allowed to come here. Like, they have allowed this. So everybody can look at Elon Musk, but Elon Musk had nothing to do with this. He gonna jump on whatever opportunity he got. Our city leaders is the ones that allowed this to enter our city. And they the one created this principality that was not here at first. Our city leaders, the ones that was voted into these positions, they have to make decisions for our city. And they the ones that allowed this into our city. And so in this process, our air quality is going to be even worse with these data centers here. So even if it's bad, the fact that you got these huge machines These huge data centers all over the whole city. They said with one, they up to 3 now. Just because our city leader was greedy and wanted the money, one thinking about the welfare of the people. And they just thinking about themselves in this process. When you put people in position and that's what they think about, then that's how they gonna move and operate. You do have people that care, but if you put people in position that do not care, this is what you gonna get right here. So when they really did this, it was one data center. They up to like 3 data centers now in Memphis. How's we gonna function? We were barely functioning before. So the air quality here is just gonna be, it's gonna go down. There's no way you're gonna have all that pulling all that into our city and our air quality not affected by that. So we gonna be cold orange. We gonna be cold orange too in this process, but it's gonna be everywhere. You're gonna see everywhere it's gonna be like cold orange. But cold orange mean a lot of different stuff. It don't just mean air quality. It mean a lot of different stuff can trigger a cold orange in this process. So y'all, I'm finna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. With the dream I had earlier, like last night, so to speak, and God was just telling me all this that's going on. He just, like, in so many words, what I'm getting from that is just be real wise right now. Be extremely wise. Stock up, get your water. It's getting to that point. Like, it's really, like, we on a real thin line right now with everything that's going on. So just try to stock up with, your house, with unperishable canned goods, food that you're gonna need to try to survive, get through, get bad, big, huge 25-pound bags of rice if you need to, because that may be the only food that you got. You might not have access to a lot of food and stuff, so get you some big bags of rice, big bags of, I made some beans yesterday, some lima beans. And I think my spirit would just draw me to it. I was like, dog, I want some beans. And so with the dinner, I also made some beans, and I think it's because of what's to come. Like, we're going to be on some beans and cornbread out here. Like, it finna be bad. It finna be real bad, y'all. Like, for real. So stock up. Get you some huge bags of rice that may get you through. That you're elderly. The ones that survived the Depression. The ones that still living that survived the Holocaust. They can tell you how you need to eat and what you're going to have to do to survive. Like, you're going to have to go back to the basics in this process. And so, a lot of us, like, it's going to be survival of the fittest. And I don't see you even, like, making it without God. Like, God is going to be the only thing that can get you through what I see. God is going to be the only one. Ain't no other way you going to push through what's going on unless God is the one. God got some kind of form of protection on you. Like, it's no way humanly possible that you're going to be able to survive what's going on unless God is overseeing you and your family in the situations that lie ahead. Yeah, it's going to be real bad. So, that's what God has showed me. Y'all enjoy y'all day. He just tell me stock up. He's saying the air quality is going to be horrible. So you may need masks to help protect you. So you don't be just inhaling all this into your body, which your body is going to see it as toxic at a certain point. And the result of your body seeing it as toxic is it may create cancers and other diseases within your body from you just inhaling all this. It's going to create a trigger. It's going to cause your immune system to be fight or flight at that point from just inhaling all this harmful stuff. And so a mask may be a good thing for you and your families, to just get you through. Like, anyway, because when you get into the fall, you really gonna need a mask, because they talking about all these different strands of, COVID, all these respiratory infections, all this stuff that's in the air that you can catch. You're gonna really need you a mask to protect you from that too out here. Especially if you have risk, and like you the elderly, or your immune system, or you a child, like even just being in public, you still gonna need a mask to protect yourself so you don't get sick out here. Period. So even going into school, the kids, they gonna probably need masks in school too. So when they go to school, like my kid, every time they go to school, boom, they come home sick. But in order to counteract that, all they need is a mask, and that'll protect them from anybody who at school who might be coughing and stuff like that. And so I say invest in some masks too in this process. Like, that's what my spirit is kind of leaning toward. Invest in some masks, y'all. So do what you want to do out here, but if you want to be like fully protect yourself, work on your immune system, work on getting the vitamins and nutrients you need within your body. Don't try to just pop a pill to get that because it's synthetic. Once you pop a pill and they made it in the laboratory and they say, ooh, this vitamin C, try to get it in its natural form through the direct food itself instead of trying to pop a pill and say, ooh, I took my vitamin for today. Try to get it in its natural form because there's still a synthetic form of what's going on. And so it can create, problems with you just digesting something that's synthetic as opposed to something that's natural. So work on right now before you go into this fall and this winter. Work on building and boosting your immune system up. Any places like low iron, whatever you got going on, low vitamin D, which that trigger a lot dealing with COVID. If you notice, people who had low vitamin D had the hardest time dealing with COVID. So vitamin D and COVID is a direct correlation between the two, y'all. So try to work on get your vitamin D up. Vitamin K, vitamin D. I'm speaking like I am not a doctor in this process. I'm just giving my own opinion, y'all. Dealing with my own just research I have done and stuff like that. But I am not a doctor. I'm just speaking from get your vitamin C up. Because you need your vitamin C, right? They help your immune system, right? Your vitamin D. You do research, you will see and read about vitamin D and read about the effects of people with low vitamin D, with vitamin D deficit and COVID. Look that up. Look at the correlation between the two. Okay, and then you got the vitamin K. You need that too. So, to be at your strongest, you still need to put the vitamins that you're lacking, the deficits that's within your body. You need to work on trying to get that up so that you can be fully prepared. But also, Psalm 91, Psalm 23, those are prayer of protection. Throw that in the mix. You're going to need all the help, all the prayer you can get right now. You're going to need it all. Because, shoot, it's going to be kind of rough. I'm like, God, what? I got the poopy mouth. Like, what, God? Like, you sure? Like, this what I'm finna be dealing with? Like, huh? Like me? God said, yeah. He said, if it get real bad out here, even for his children, and we got to be strong, we going to have to put through, but it get rough out here. So, I'm talking to y'all later. Y'all enjoy y'all day. And I'm speechless. Like, I'm just like, this how I am right now. Just shake my head, just like, woo, God. If you head of households, you be doing what you can to make sure your kids and everybody in your house got what they need out here for what lie ahead. Get you a generator. If you can, get you a generator. You're going to need that too, eventually. God been dropping a little money here and there for peoples. But he not dropping it for you to say, okay, let me go do this and that. Like, he's really asking you, or he really trying to put you in a position where you and your family don't have to struggle as hard and as much. And it's based on how you prepare. Remember Noah? And how he had to prepare. And how he was for years preparing for this boat for him and his family. You probably preparing right now. This is what you're supposed to be doing right now. Preparing for the times that lie ahead. You see, like even during Noah's time, it was no signs of the trouble that lied ahead. But God told Noah what was going to go on. But us, we see the trouble that lie ahead. You see all the signs. You see everything going on. And you still believe what you believe. Like even what you seeing with it all in your face, like even with everything going on in your face and you seeing all this, what do you think is going to finally be the outcome behind all of this? That you seeing all these content clues God giving us. Because people don't have faith, so God throwing the signs here and there to let you know, hey, this is real. Get your house in order. This is real. God doing that for us. But even with him doing that, you still turn the other cheek and you still thinking it can't happen to you out here. Yeah. It's going to be real hard out here. Noah prepared his family. And when you read the law books of the Bible, God wouldn't let nobody get on that boat but Noah and his family. Noah and his family was the only ones allowed, the only humans allowed to get on that boat. And the other people did try. And the ones that tried, according to the law books of the Bible, the animals that was not allowed to get on the boat, killed them. Them animals started attacking them because they started trying to jump on the boat that God said nobody can get on. So you see here, you make a mockery of what God got going on, and then when destruction hit, you run into these people like help you. God said no. God said no deals. And so once God put that in his mind, that's what it's gonna be. So I'm just letting you know that do what you need to do to get yourself right with God. Tomorrow is not promised to nobody in this process. I'm letting you know to prepare for your whole household, for the trouble that lie ahead. And if you need to look and talk to the elderly, because they have the wisdom. God got them here because they have the wisdom to guide the young in this whole process. They're here in their position here for a reason because they had to go through it firsthand. They can help you and let you know what they went through and how they got through what they got through, because we going right back into that. What they came out of is what we finna go into. Get your mask, because the air quality is going to be horrible, and it's going to cause a lot of respiratory infection, bronchitis, a lot of upper infections in the lungs and the chest. So get you and your loved ones, get y'all some masks out here. It's going to be bad, especially in Memphis with these 3. I know they got 3 of them here. I know 1 in South Haven, but 2 of them in Memphis. And they said they originally agreed to only 1, and now they up to 3. It's like, how many more they gonna put data centers? How many more data centers they gonna put here? But our city allowed it. So the air quality is going to become horrible. Hopefully our water don't get contaminated in this process of the greed of our leaders, because it's no way that you are a leader over the city and you say, yeah, come to our city, we want you. Like, it's no way you would did that unless you were driven by greed. So we got that going on right now. Because like, you had to be driven by greed and Satan, because it's no way that you're gonna sit here and at the expense of the people that living in the city, our quality of life drop because you want to bring all this to our city. Like, the only logical sense out of that is Satan, like, you is not being led by God, because there's no way you're gonna put all these people's lives in jeopardy. The elderly, the young, the people who got heart, respiratory infection. Ain't no way you gonna risk all of that just to have these data centers here. Like, is it really that serious for it to be here out of all places? But that's what our leaders agreed to. So through the spiritual authority that's over our city and our leadership, who has the spiritual authority, allowing that principality to come to our city, now it's a part of our city. So we got that going on. And so just protect yourself. Try to get your numbers up as far as your vitamin C, your vitamin D, your vitamin E, your vitamin K. Anything you lacking, your iron. Come on now, y'all. Try to get some real food. Don't just think you can pop a pill and be like, hey. Now, sometimes you might have to do it through the synthetic form. You might have to, but try to, if you can, try to get it in its natural form, like through the actual food itself. Try to get in the natural food itself, if possible. But you may have to have that boost with the synthetic, which is okay. But it's nothing like the natural. That's all I'm saying in this process, y'all. That's all I'm saying in this process. Because, see, me, I have to get liquid iron. But the liquid iron I get is organic. I think it says organic. But it's no way I can get the amount of iron that I need through the food that I eat. Like, my numbers is so low. It's no way possible for me to get the amount of iron that I need just by eating. Like, it don't matter what I eat, how I eat. I eat now, like, I really do eat healthy. Can you believe it? And I still can't, them numbers ain't going up nowhere. So I got to have an extra boost. But I still do the salads and still try to get my iron and, yeah, broccoli. And I still try to get in the natural form, but, woo! It's been a struggle with that right there. Okay, y'all. So, but I did do my fruit smoothie today, which was all natural fruit. So I do try to get my vitamin C and all that. And if I can't eat the actual fruit, I do try to put the fruit in the smoothie so that I can kind of consume it way better. So I do that too. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to let y'all go. God just saying prepare. It is trouble on the way. The storm is coming, and he finna shake things up like never before. If you did not believe in God and you took God as a joke, you're gonna see what it really is. God said, people who do they not know who I am? Do y'all need to go back to the Old Testament? Jesus said, I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. He ain't changed. So, I mean, what you think you out here, like, you playing with the right one. I'm going to say that much. If you out here trying to test God and what he got going on, you didn't pick the right one for real, because God he going to make a believer out of you when he get done. So, God saying that, he said he finna shake some things up. He said, shaking some things is finna be shaken up. And, yeah, you going to be in the mix. I'm like, me, God, like, dang. Oh, wow. Yeah. He said, rain fall on the righteous and the unrighteous. Right? Ain't that what the Bible say? It rain on the righteous and unrighteous. Okay. So that what finna go on. So the righteous and unrighteous, everybody finna be impacted by this, but I'm like, shoot. Yeah, y'all. So if God give me a warning, he give me something that he want me to let y'all know, I will let y'all know. Today in the spiritual, when I seen that man, it just like God is just showing in the spirit, like you're gonna see a manifestation of what I seen in my backyard. And it's just people that just losing their mind, just completely completely demon possessed out here. And it ain't nothing you're gonna be able to say to these people. And your best option to be, when you see somebody that look like they done flip mentally, is get out these folks' way and call the police. Get out that way and call the police, because your life is at risk. And do not be, oh, that's my brother, what's going on? Now, you better be up there trying to call 911 and stop trying to figure stuff out for yourself out here in this process. So, y'all, I think this all, God, is this all you want me to say dealing with the people before I go? God love for somebody to be his voice. God will talk all day if you let him. I'll be like, God, I'm finna cut the switch off. Anything else going on, that how I be for real. Because God don't have people that just gonna say what he want them to say out here. Like, you think, like, it's people that really ain't gonna say what he want. But me, I'll make myself open, like, God, what you want me to say? Like, what's going on, God? What do you want me to say to people right now? And God, he just come tell me what it is. And a lot of times he don't want to let me go. I was gonna get in the word and put scripture with this, but it's gonna take too long. So I'm not gonna do that. Not now. Because some stuff I need to speak about this in the Bible. So I just do that in my other videos. I might just start speaking on little chapters here and there to bring up what he talking about. Dealing with some stuff he been telling me about, dealing with the Bible. So, y'all, I'm just sitting here just seeing if God gone. Like 3, 2, 1, I'm finna go. Like I said, anything I need to say. Anything I need to add on to what I already said, to what you already showed me. I need to figure out what this 14141 means. Because when I woke up, that flashed all across my whole screen. That's what I woke up to. That's the exact time it was. 14141. 1 hour, 41 minutes, and it was 41 seconds. Exactly. So like, dog, what the 14141 mean? Yeah. This a direct coded message right there. So I'm finna look up these numbers and try to figure out if I can figure out what this means right here. 14. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it was 14, 14, 14. Because it was 1, 4, 1, 4, 1. So it's like 14 and then it's 41. I'm getting it out of it. 14 and 41 out of that 14141. So I'm getting 14s and then I'm getting the number 41 out of there too. And then, yeah, so I'm finna just try to figure this out, y'all. So God, he got me working to figure it all out. So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Be safe.